Out of respect before the game for our opponent, and probably a little bit more afterwards. I thought they did well, very well coached team, and I think their best personnel since we've been going against them. And I think they've always had decent personnel, but that was a good team. You know, got to make sure we win by 3 scores against a team we have a lot of respect for, and I feel lousy, so we just pick it up and go again, and get guys healthy, and we're getting ready for a stretch run, go on the road. But once again, it was a hard-fought victory, won by 3 touchdowns, and left a lot of pass offense on the field. That was the alarming thing, and early turnover. But I thought our defense had a couple sudden changes. I want to say 2, and held them at least to a field goal. And then obviously the 4th down, that was the play of the day. The 2 plays were the 4th down, and also Paris on his the kickoff return team obviously didn't do that by himself, but Coach Combs is in charge of the KOR unit, and they did outstanding. So I'll take questions from you guys.
Far left, Austin.
Urban, not to nitpick a 21-point victory, but if you look at the stat sheet and Curtis Samuel's involvement, I don't know how you would feel about his involvement in the game today. What are your first thoughts if you see that number, maybe where you'd like it to be?
Yeah, it's a 15 to 20 is what we're trying to hit. I'm not sure if anyone catches or not. 9 carries, that's not enough. And it was just an awkward game. It was one of those games where we're just, we're one of those teams that we have to, you saw that last year, we're a big part of our passing game is the execution of the deep ball. And that tends to get everybody off of us. And we just flat misfired on the field. I mean, I think, I'll know more after watching the tape, whether it be pressure, whether it be misfire, whatever it was, we just have to do better.
Front row right over here, Tim.
Yeah, Urban, about that fourth and goal, 4th and 1, excuse me. Nick Bosa steps up, huge play there and everything. What did you see from your side there, and what does that kind of play do for a young player like Nick Bosa?
You can't see anything from the sideline.
Yeah.
I hear it on the headsets, and Nick Bosa, from what I understand, had probably his best day, and so he's got to play him probably a little more as he's getting healthy and more involved in the defense. So obviously he's a guy that last name, high expectations, and I think he's starting to fulfill.
And the other, you said earlier this week you thought Paris Campbell was due for a big kickoff return. You got it. Just how key was that in that part of the game?
Yeah, it was right before half. I remember that, and there was right there. We scored with 30 seconds left. Went past. They scored with 103, and Lou Holtz used to always say the most critical times of the game are momentum, 5 minutes before the half, and the first 5 minutes after the half. And that was a dominating play, and it was obviously it was just Paris. So that was the 4th down, and that was the play of the day. And that's how we beat Indiana.
Over to the left there, Bill.
You touched on the passing struggles. Can you put your finger on what the problems were, why you struggled? Did they do anything with their coverage that was different?
No, I don't believe so. I'll know more from you when I meet with you guys on whatever it is, Wednesday or Monday, in a phone call. But I'd say 50% of the time I'm wrong when I say something on a press conference. So until I see the videotape.
Over on the right here, Rob.
Urban, you talked about JT wanting to limit his carries. I think maybe 24 carries out of whack.
Way out of whack.
What was going on there? And
Yeah, they were. Bears showed up a little bit, and we were having trouble executing the pass game, and they were +1 in us in the box, and so they had to win the damn game. And he's one of our best players, and they were forced some of the things they were forced to do on the perimeter running game. They gave us the look to have him run it instead of hand it off all the time, which is we ideally rather hand it off. So once again, well defended, and we went. I think we would feel all much better about ourselves if we hit 3 of those passes that are downfield, because that was the kind of game it was.
is it ever dangerous to fall into a security blanket?
What's that?
Is it ever dangerous to fall into?
Oh, real dangerous. I don't know, we're dangerous, but I mean, you just don't want to get too much of that. But that is a little bit of my security blanket. He's one of the best players in America. Go get a first down, JT.
Far left, Bill.
Urban, I know you said that you want overall Paris to get more touches, but I think in your first 25 offensive snaps, you touched the ball once, and you've called him your best offensive playmaker. Is there, maybe moving forward, any more urgency to get him involved earlier in games?
Yes. It's duly noted.
Over to the right here, Flynn.
You have the numbers in front of you. I think he may have run it 5 more times than he threw it. Durability, it's only week 5. I'm just worried about your backup quarterback situation if JT gets
You
banged
guys are
up.
great, I appreciate that. But
Yeah, there's a lot of feel for you.
Genuine concern. And I agree with you, and I agree with you. Curtis needs to touch the ball right in the game, and JT had too many carries, so we have to fix it.
Front row right here.
Coach, talk about the play of your defense again, just stout.
Stout and sudden change and very aggressive and held to, it just seemed like they didn't get the rush in going at all. You had 40 carries for 99 yards and I just thought, they had a very good player, Mitchell Page, held him to, and I thought our punt unit did a great job. We changed some things because that kid's a ridiculous punt returner. So I hope he's a senior. Is he out there? Page, is anybody know?
Fifth year senior.
Page, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone?
Yeah.
I think he's fantastic. And we've worked so hard on getting our guys, the punter did a great job, and our three guys, they had 0 return yards on 5-6 punts. So our defense played great, special teams played great, a team win. We give up a bad score right at the end of the first half, and there's our kickoff return team knocks it down there, and we up-tempo and we go score touchdowns. So very good win.
And final question over here to the right, Tino.
Coach, a lot of uncharacteristic penalties coming from you guys today. Sideline one for one. How was that?
I think it's a silent penalty.
Yeah, so a sideline penalty for sure. Can you just speak on how that's affected you guys today?
Today was a problem. We had one time we had a first down and we got to call it back because one of the receivers didn't line up on the line of scrimmage. So those are all correctable mistakes. We're very disappointed and maybe we're doing too much. So that's my job tomorrow to evaluate why did that happen. And like you said, very uncharacteristic in those situations. The sideline thing, I got to find out what happened. I think one of our players at official ran into him, so that would have been a devastating one before. It was after the ball was incomplete. So, but I think the way you said it's uncharacteristic. Let's get it fixed. You won by 21. It's much easier to fix when you win than if you lose. And that was I'm telling you now, you guys saw it. And you saw what they did last week. They beat Michigan State. So let's take that one, move on, and get ready for Wisconsin.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.